as the title implies, I'm doing a little something different today. I am doing puff puff again, but today there's a little spin on it, and I just want to say to my Nigerian brothers and sisters, please, I hope this is not like a complete abomination, but I had some extra apple on hand and I thought, okay, let me use them up because they've been there for a while, and I said, why don't I just add it to the puff puff? I know. My mom used to have this issue with me all the time because she'd teach me how to do a thing and then I'd become miscreative and just do crazy stuff. Sometimes it worked out, sometimes it didn't. But this was fun to try. I didn't really include the beginning part of the recipe because I basically just used Sisi Yemmie's no hands puff puff recipe, and I'm gonna link that below in the description box. I just showed a little part of the process, but as usual guys, you know, it won't be filming with me if there isn't a mishap. I forgot a very important ingredient, and I learned what happens when you add that ingredient after the fact to yeasted dough. So, you know, every failure doesn't always have to be a disappointment. You learn something from your mistakes and errors. So I hope you guys enjoy this flip on, I don't even want to call it a flip because I didn't really do anything special. It's not so far off from a recipe I got years ago for mandazi, which to me is like the East African equivalent of puff puff. And someone gave me a recipe for banana mandazi. So I feel like, you know, puff puff recipes, mandazi recipes, they naturally lend themselves very easily to the addition of certain things. Stay tuned and see what happens.
Yeah.
So guys, it was at this point that I realized that I completely screwed up and forgot to add the sugar to the flour before mixing in the yeast and whatnot. So this yeasted dough has no sugar apart from the sugar that I used in the raising of the yeast. So honestly, the dough probably would have risen a little more if I had added the sugar as per Sisi Yemmie's recipe. But what can I do at this point? I just decided we're gonna find out what happens when we add sugar after the fact. And I looked at it like this: I'm about to add apple to dough that has already risen. The apple has sugar, the sugar is sugar, so we're just gonna throw everything in all at once and, you know, put it to proof a second time. It's gonna work out. So guys, the shape of the puff puff is still my struggle. I cannot get them to be that perfect round ball you see, you know, skilled puff puff makers are able to achieve when making it. There's nothing like when you watch a video of like a puff puff maker or vendor, and they have that huge pot with oil, and they're frying like loads of puff puff, and they're all just perfectly circular. That is still my struggle. But I came across a video, and I'll link the video in the description box, and probably try that little hack the next time.
Can't touch this feeling, I'm in my feelings. Batman, me under my dealings. Ain't no bag I can test. When I'm moving, nobody can test me. Man, I really complex. Them man, them I really can't test me. Wait, I put it down. Jagaban, them I call me number one. Understand, man, I put them on the run. Can't understand, never putting on the show, on the road. Man, I give them on the go, on the pole. Man, I ringing up the show on the low. Man, I killing up the show, let them know. Man, I cooking up the flow. I like the way I'm feeling. Can't touch this feeling. I'm in my feeling.
They were delicious. I thought the apple added a nice touch of tartness and sweetness, just a little flip. But I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and tell me if you've made puff puff, if you're Nigerian and you've flipped the script on a recipe before, on a puff puff recipe. What have you added and how did it turn out? Thanks for watching, guys, as usual.
Come new YB, and I step in at the yard with no ID, and we a bossy down with no ivy.